Hi, this is chapter 1.4 and we can learn a lot about tax payable. So the main points we are going to get from this chapter are dual GST, calculation of GST, place of supply, B2B and B2C transactions as well as input tax credit. So various important points are there. Please take care to grasp each point. Yeah, first of all, India is a federal country. So both central government and state government has its own role on levying tax, collection of tax, administration, etc. Okay, so that is why in GST system, the taxes are classified into central goods and service tax and state goods and service tax. So see, let us learn these points. That is why we are calling it as dual GST. Okay, dual means two. So central GST and state GST. So taxes to be paid. The GST is to be levied by the sender on intrastate supply of goods and or services would be called CGST. Okay, and which is levied by the state is called as SGST. So, and in case of interstate supply from one state to another state or from one state to another union territory or from one union territory to another union territory, the tax levied will be IGST. So if you look at this image, it will be very clear. See here, the supplier this and the buyer is this one. Both persons are in the same state. Okay, that is intrastate. Okay, that supply is called intrastate, means within the state, and the taxes that will be levied will be CGST and SGST. Clear? Then IGST will be levied when the seller is in one state and it is supplying the goods or service are supplied from that state to another state. Means say for example, seller is in Maharashtra and buyer is in Gujarat, or seller is in Karnataka and buyer is Kerala. So it is called interstate supply, and the tax will be IGST. It will be interstate supply and it will be IGST. Clear? Then calculation of GST. The GST will be calculated on any supply of goods or services unless it is exempted. So let us take one example. Okay, so you can read it. You went with your friend to a hotel and had 2 coffees. The rate is rupees 40, little higher price. Total value is rupees 80. GST rate is 12%. We can see how the GST bill will be appearing. So here we can see the bill image. Bill is the date is the, time is the, okay, and see here the description of the good is the fresh coffee it is written. Okay, and quantity is the, rate is 40 rupees and total amount is 80 rupees. Okay, so here CGST it is 6% 4.80 and SGST for 6% it is 4%. So the GST rate is 12%. So you have to divide it into two, half into 50% of the rate into CGST and 50% of the rate into SGST. So 6 plus 6 and the total value will be 90 rupees. Another important factor, you should be very careful to check whether GST identification number, registration number is mentioned. So here it is mentioned. Okay, that is how we can read one bill. Okay, this is a simple bill for getting the idea. Okay, then what is IGST? We had seen, see, under GST scenario, if interstate supply is done, then IGST will be levied. Then see here the place of consumption, it is important. When it is transferred from Maharashtra to Gujarat, The place of consumption is Gujarat. Okay, that is where customer is located. And that government will get the revenue. Gujarat government will get the revenue. Where customer is located, it is in Gujarat. So where customer is located, that government will get the tax revenue. Okay. So in case of IGST, it will include CGST and SGST. Okay. So this SGST will be given to Gujarat by the central government. That is called distribution of tax among the consumer states. And the place of supply is Gujarat. Okay, so I think you have got the concept. Let us take one example, of course. See here, the supplier is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, the customer is in Karnataka. Where customer is located, it is in Karnataka. And goods are transferred from Tamil Nadu to Karnataka. And price was given by Karnataka buyer to Tamil Nadu. So which tax it will be coming? It will be IGST, Integrated Goods and Service Tax, in case of interstate supply. Okay. And what is the formula for IGST? It is CGST plus SGST. Okay. So the CGST will be taken by central government and SGST will be given by given to Karnataka government by the central government. So which government will get the revenue? Was getting the revenue before GST. So that is why compensation cess was implemented and central government will give the revenue in case of any loss to the producer states. That is here, it is in Tamil Nadu. Clear? Then let us learn the next concept. It is B2B and B2C transactions. If you look at the image here, the raw materials are supplied by the supplier to the manufacturer. The manufacturer, after manufacturing the goods, finished products are given to distributor. Distributor is giving it to retailer. So it is a supply like this. Okay. Then at the end point, the goods are delivered by the retailer to the customer. So that is a usual procedure, usual flow of goods in the business scenario. So here, one important thing you want to take, see, B2B transactions means the transaction from one point to the another point where both persons have registered under GST. Means if supplier is registered in GST, means have obtained registration. Okay, they have separate registration certificate from the department. So supplier is registered, manufacturer is registered, distributor is registered, retailer is registered. Then that is called B2B transaction. And in such a case, they can claim input tax. Why? Because manufacturer, when purchasing goods from supplier, manufacturer is paying GST to the supplier. Okay. So that tax can be deducted from the output tax. We will understand by one example. Just note it down. Tax liability is equal to output tax minus input tax. Then coming to B2C transactions. See here, customer is not registered in GST. Okay, but because he is not doing any business. So in this case, government gets income. Why? Because in these transactions, government has to give it back to the business person as input tax credit. Okay, so here it is. Input tax credit, when they are filing the return, they want to give it back. Clear? So let us see one example, then we will get a very clear idea. See here, the manufacturer getting the goods on 80,000. Then he had a profit of 20,000 and the taxable value will be 1 lakh. He is doing some manufacturing and then the value will be 1 lakh. Then he will be adding a 18% GST, 18,000. And invoice value will be 1,18,000. Suppose he didn't pay any GST to the supplier. Let us take like this. Then the tax payable will be 18,000, which is collected from the distributor. See here, manufacturer is selling to distributor. And distributor is paying 1,18,000 to the manufacturer, which include 18,000 as GST also. So that GST 18,000 should be paid by the manufacturer to the government. Clear? Then coming to distributor, distributor is selling to retailer. Okay. And how much will be the cost? Cost is 1 lakh. See here, this is the cost. You want to bifurcate into cost plus GST. GST is separate. So 1 lakh is the cost. Then you add 20,000 profit here. So the taxable value will be 1,20,000. Then how much GST should be added? 18%. Okay. So the invoice value will be 1,41,600. That should be received from the retailer. Okay. Then what is his liability? How much tax collected from the retailer? It is 21,600. But he already paid this 18,000 to the manufacturer. Okay. So this 18,000 is called as ITC, which is paid on purchasing goods or services, input tax. So that should be deducted from the output tax. So in case of distributor, 21,600 is the output tax and 18,000 is the input tax. So 18,000 should be deducted from 21,600 and balance liability will be only 3,600. That is how we need to calculate the tax liability. Then coming to retailer, retailer is selling to whom? To the customer. Here the cost is 1,20,000, which is the cost what he paid to the distributor. Then 30,000 is the margin he is adding. He want to take so much profit, so he is putting 30,000 anyway. Taxable value is 1,50,000. Then 18% GST is adding 27,000 and invoice value will be 1,77,000. Clear? I am putting lot of marks, don't get confused. Okay, then input tax. How much GST the retailer paid to distributor? It is 21,600. Okay, so from 27,000 this 21,600 can be deducted and only balance 5,400 to be paid to the government. So the formula for tax liability is output tax minus input tax. What is output tax? Output tax means tax collected from the customer. What is input tax? Input tax means tax paid to the supplier. Okay, that is how GST works. So I have given a brief explanation about these transactions. You can read it. Okay. So in this chapter we had seen SGST and CGST will be applied on intrastate supply and IGST on interstate supply. Then we had analyzed a bill for tea you had with your friend. Then place of supply provisions also. Then case study when the supplier is in Tamil Nadu and customer is in Karnataka. Place of supply is where customer is located, that is Karnataka. And Karnataka will get the SGST portion from the government, central government. And here's the Tamil Nadu supplier is losing their revenue means Tamil Nadu government is losing their revenue. So for compensating that, central government will issue the amount on an annual basis, not on a transaction level. Okay, so that is called compensation cess. And we have also learned about B2B and B2C transactions. Any transaction from a registered person to another registered person, it is called B2B, and from one business person to another customer, it is called B2C. The formula for calculating tax liability is output tax minus input tax. Then we have analyzed a table to get the idea how this formula will be working. Hope it is clear. Thank you very much.